Hello everyone, I'm San, and you're listening to the Huyen podcast. Can you believe it's already March? It's so fast, isn't it? We just had Tet. How has life been treating you lately? How are your plans coming along? It feels like many of us are a bit worried and overthinking lately, right? With the market so unstable, so many people losing their jobs, gold prices fluctuating wildly, there's just so much to think about. We even fear being left behind, don't we? I, San, have also shared videos on my YouTube channel, sanhuyen, about wealth creation, skill development, and discipline. I understand you all face immense pressure, but in this particular podcast episode, I want to take a different approach. I believe that sometimes to go fast, you first have to go slow. Sometimes you need to slow down a bit to build momentum. If we want to accelerate, we always need to slow down first to gather our strength. Only then can we truly pick up speed. If you're feeling very stressed, very anxious about the future, if people are talking too much about inflation, the economy, war, and you don't know what to do, if you're afraid of being left behind, then I think you should save this podcast. It might help you feel a bit lighter to know that there's also a girl here slowly developing alongside you. Even though this girl has many different personality facets, sometimes she's strict, pushing you to make progress on the sanhuyen YouTube channel. So, whenever you feel lazy, bored, or unmotivated, remember to head straight to the sanhuyen YouTube channel. But for the sanhuyen podcast, it's the opposite. When you've put in a lot of effort, tried really hard, and you feel tired, you need a gentler, more comforting space. That's what the sanhuyen podcast is for. Come back here and love yourself again. Honestly, in some ways, I'm quite impatient and impulsive. I'm not the slow-paced type at all. Because of that, I often get restless and worry too much about the future. But lately, I've realized that worrying doesn't really achieve anything, nor does rushing. Sometimes, slowing down a bit actually makes me feel like, I can see everything from a calmer perspective, and I can prepare step by step. I've just returned from the UK and am essentially diving back into work, focusing more on business development. Bezos' journal saw huge growth last year, so this year I plan to expand even more. That means the team also needs to grow. The past 2 weeks, I've spent most of my time interviewing and looking for new team members. It's been fascinating chatting with you all, listening to your dreams, and I'm happy to welcome new talents to the team. Let me tell you, besides the interviews and the usual work, which has been steady, I've started to find other joys. I've begun to enjoy the content creation process more. Recently, one of my rice paper videos on TikTok hit 1 million views in a very short time. But what people might not know is that it was just a random clip I never intended to film beforehand. Who knew everyone would love it so much after I posted it? Honestly, often I find it's best to just let things happen naturally. Lately, I've also been arranging flowers. Regularly. I was very busy towards the end of last year, but now I'm less busy, so I have more time for flower arranging. But I've realized it's not that I'm less busy, it's just that I'm thinking less, feeling more at ease. In reality, I actually have more work now, because the process of finding and recruiting new team members means there's a lot I still have to do. Yet, I feel more relaxed, It all comes down to my mindset. Towards the end of last year, I was overthinking and worrying so much. Should I do this or that? What kind of people do I need for this job? How can I achieve my goals for the new year? And how can Bezos' new collection be launched quickly? I had planned to launch a new collection for Valentine's, but it was so hard then because of the Tet holiday and everything felt so rushed. Now, I feel so much lighter. I have time to arrange flowers, visit friends, chill out watching movies. Even with recruiting new members, I'm not rushing. But once I meet the right person, I'll choose them. It's that simple. I don't know why, but lately, I've increasingly come to believe that everything has its own destiny. Meaning, things are meant to happen. I'm starting to believe more in fate, friends. Actually, I've always believed in fate, and I believe that everything we do also shapes our destiny. Suddenly, I'm reminded of the book, Walking Slowly Through a Hectic World, by the venerable Huyen, because that book really helped me find inner peace in my 20s. Back then, I also experienced a lot of FOMO, a lot of peer pressure. Thanks to that book, I felt more balanced, found my necessary rhythm in life, and reconnected with myself. So, I also recommend that you read that book. As I record this podcast, I'm sitting and looking out at the blue sky. Below, there's a river, and on the river, a boat carrying many containers. It looks like they're heading to the distant port. Further away, there's a green area. I don't know which district it is, but it's right next to District 2 where I live. If a bridge were built across there, that area would definitely develop incredibly fast. Truly. But sometimes I ask myself, does happiness really mean developing more, having taller buildings and bigger houses? Sometimes, just living in a normal house with a green garden, raising some cows, pigs, a few ducks, that can also be happiness, right? What I often emphasize to people is inner development. Development within ourselves in terms of knowledge, wisdom, mindset, and empathy, not just tall houses and grand doors. But it seems that in a person's development, there are always certain stages. There's a stage of newness, an apprehension about plunging into a new environment. Then there will be a restart stage, followed by a rapid development stage, and then a period where you have to slow down. You have to slow down a bit to go back to the beginning, to restart, but with a different environment, a different goal. I'm still thinking about my plans for 2025, and there's a slight shift there. I see that sometimes people live so contradictorily. Sometimes they set very high goals and want to achieve them at all costs, but other times they just want to forget everything and live like a thoughtless teddy bear. And for me, this is a very mindless podcast. I don't even know if you'll actually find any meaning in this episode, but honestly, I'm in a very mindless, but also very comfortable phase right now. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to play tennis, my favorite sport. It's been so long since I played, and I kept thinking, oh, I'm so busy, how will I make time for it? But finally, I decided, forget everything else, I have to go practice first. But don't worry, soon, when I have a strong team, there will definitely be a lot more growth. Lately, you've been complimenting my videos, especially the short ones, for their beautiful visuals, great angles, and meticulous content creation. Yes, because I've decided to take one step back to take many steps forward. Taking one step back here means investing more in myself, both in content development and in the tools I use, like upgrading my camera. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I feel that without the people by my side, it would be very difficult for me to go far. This year, I have quite a few plans, but somehow I don't feel rushed. I feel like if I achieve them, great. If not, there's always next year. I feel more appreciative and grateful for my current life. Waking up each morning, sitting at my desk, recording podcasts, editing videos, meetings, interviews, I just feel grateful to be alive, to be doing what I love. I'm not overly rushed to achieve something specific to be successful. And I hope you also don't rush yourselves, forcing yourselves to achieve something. It's excellent to prepare, to manage your finances, your emotions, but there will still be moments in the day when you're just a silly, mindless person, arranging flowers, giggling, sipping tea, holding a teddy bear, gazing foolishly at the sky. If it's just about earning a living 24/7, that would be truly exhausting, wouldn't it? Or how about we take a stroll, look at the sky, and ask silly questions? Like, why do stars shine at night but disappear during the day? Or why are the North and South poles cold? Why is Thoudine so expensive, even though it floods so often? Lots of mindless questions, right? Or maybe we can go see a movie together. There's an animated film called Flow that I'm planning to watch. Maybe after recording this podcast, I'll go see it. I heard it's great and even won an Oscar. Or maybe we meet up with a friend and do something silly together. Like the other day, I went to my friend's place, stole some of her stuff, then we cooked and talked. Sometimes, those moments feel truly joyful. Then sometimes I call my mom and complain, "Mom, I've been so worried lately I can't eat." And she says, "Well, who told you to worry? If you can't earn money or do your work, just come home, I'll take care of you. Why worry so much?" It seems the older we get, the more responsibilities we have, the more we worry, right? Slowly, the people who listen to my podcast are also getting older. Have you been with me through the years? Have you been watching me for a long time and you're still watching? Our ages, then and now, were growing up together. Thinking about it, it's quite lovely, isn't it? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I just know that I'm thankful to all of you for being a part of my youth. Thank you for growing up with me. Life will have many difficulties and worries, but let's stay strong. Let's slow down a bit. Don't let worries cloud your clarity. Let's focus more on development than on the fear of not achieving anything. You know, there's something very important that keeps us motivated in life and helps us comfortably overcome all stress, not getting too entangled and not desiring too much. Clearly, we need balance here. When we're young, We have many dreams and ambitions. Simultaneously, we also need to know that we came to this life to experience, to explore, not necessarily to achieve any particular fame or status. Learning to not get entangled and not be too dependent on anything will make us feel so much lighter. So I know that this period, many of you might be like me, young, full of spirit, dreams, and ambition, but I always remind myself not to get caught up in the pursuit of money or the ambitious currents of life. I don't forget that I'm my mother's daughter, and I'm just an ordinary girl, an ordinary human being in this flow of life. Success and fame are not as important as how I get to experience this life. Perhaps that's the most important thing. So I truly hope that after listening to this podcast, you feel lighter. You feel like, I want to strive for this goal because I want to see how far I can go, not because I absolutely must achieve it, I absolutely must have it, or else I'll be a failure. Effort and development are very important, but if we have a more balanced and healthy mindset, perhaps we can live a more comfortable life. Still putting in effort, but not feeling overly pressured or expecting everything to happen exactly as we want. That's what I want to share with you today. If you can, after this podcast episode, take some time to be a little mindless. Life, of course, still has many things we need to work hard for, but this isn't the end of the world. There are still so many opportunities ahead, friends. They won't run out, don't worry, they won't. Just strive your best within your capabilities, but don't let worry drain your energy or make you feel disappointed in yourself. In the near future, once my image manager starts working, I might be able to release more podcasts. Please comment below what you'd like me to share about. I'm thinking of making some study with me videos. With music and me studying or working so we can study together. Would you like that? Comment below and let me know. Especially share what kind of music you like when you study and work. What kind of music do you prefer? I'll make a few videos like that. Thank you all very much for listening, and I wish you a good night.